In the previous video, we saw the potential of machine learning in finding exoplanets. In this video, we will learn about the health benefits associated with using wind energy. So, let's dive into the video. A new study from MIT says that wind power can be much better for people's health if we use it in a smarter way. The study looked at how wind turbines generate electricity and how much pollution comes from power plants that burn fossil fuels like coal and gas. The researchers found that if we use wind power more often and turn down the polluting power plants when we do, we could improve air quality and save billions of dollars in health costs. This would benefit everyone, but especially people who live in poorer areas. The researchers also found that if we prioritize turning down the most polluting power plants during times when wind power is available, we could save even more money and improve people's health. In fact, the health benefits could increase to $8.4 billion across the country. However, this would not necessarily address the differences in health benefit between different communities. Noily Salin, one of the researchers, said that while focusing on health is a good way to help people across the country, it won't fix the differences in health between different communities. To really fix these differences, we need to look at other sources of air pollution and the reasons why some people live closer to polluting plants than others. The study was conducted by Noily Salin and her co-authors Mengo Q and Corwin Ziegler. The researchers wanted to find out how fossil fuel-based power plants respond to wind power, so they studied data from 2011 to 2017. They looked at how much electricity wind turbines generated and how much pollution came from power plants during this time. To figure out which power plant responded to wind power, the researchers compared two sets of data. One set had information about wind power generation, while the other had information about emission from fossil fuel-based power plants across 7 different regions in the US. These regions provided energy to one or more states. The researchers found that California and New York have their own electricity markets, while the New England and Midwest markets cover multiple states. They also looked at 95% of all wind power generated in the US. They noticed that when wind power was available, natural gas and subbituminous coal-fired power plants produced less electricity. They believe this was done for cost-saving reasons, as some plants are cheaper to scale back than others. To see how pollution affected people's health, the researchers used a model to simulate how the wind carried pollution across the country. They then used census data to figure out where people lived and how much pollution they were exposed to. Finally, they calculated how much it would cost to treat the health problems caused by pollution. The researchers found that in 2014, the cost-saving approach to reducing fossil fuel energy during times of wind energy resulted in $2 billion in health benefits for the whole country. However, not all of these benefits went to disadvantaged groups like low-income and minority communities. The number of benefits varied depending on the state. The researchers found that certain groups of people like low-income and racial minority groups were exposed to higher levels of air pollution. Developing wind power could reduce this gap in some states but make it worse in others, depending on which fossil fuel plants were displaced. It is a more complicated issue than they first thought. The researchers examined the effects of turning down different fossil fuels based plants during wind generated power to reduce air pollution. They found that prioritizing health benefits overall increased, but the disparity persisted where minority and low income populations still experienced smaller benefits than more well off communities. The researchers concluded that there is a need to address the underlying systematic factors that determine where plants are sited and where people live. Questions: the health benefits could increase to how much $1 billion across the country? From which year to which year did the two researchers study the data? Which cities have their own electricity markets? The researchers found that in 2014, the cost saving approach to reducing fossil fuel energy during times of wind energy resulted in how much $1 billion in health benefits for the whole country. I will wait for your answers in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my efforts. Good luck and stay safe.